connectors, front, top, and rear binary connectors like USB and that USB could be 2 or 3. Also carried super speed USB, audio connectors for your microphone or your headphones, the power button and the reset buttons on the case. They need to be connected to your motherboard. Drive activity lights. When you see or hear the gerber, as I call it, the gerber running their activity wheel. In other words, your hard drive is working. Those lights need power. So, again, you're going to be connecting to the motherboard for that. And then any external facing by devices. Here is a good example of some of that stuff going on here. This system has a number of standard 5¼ buys on the front of the case. And we have a Blu-ray drive, and then above it we have what is called a breakout box, often for digital audio workstations or DAW machines. You will have the sound card that's using PCIe connected to a breakout box that you can get to from the front of the case. This one has a bunch of digital sensor on it. This particular case also has additional modifications up on the top. A lot of can't tell what those are. I think those are fireware connectors and activity lights. What I want you to know, though, for our purposes, is that every one of those components is going to require power. So you want to look at what form factor they're expecting on the motherboard and make sure that your motherboard has an appropriate connector either on the power supply itself or on the motherboard, depending upon the power draw. Speaking of which, I just want to quickly show you some of those connectors. Generally, the smart connectors for the case components are going to be the cable with a female side, and the motherboard has the male side just using pins, jumper pins. The upper right, this should look really familiar to you. These are the components and connectors as they face the user. These will stick out of the back, top, or front of the case, depending upon how your case is designed, and then the power and reset buttons. One thing that beginners often get confused with is if their computer totally frozen and they need to power it off. There's the small and the big power button. The little one is just to do a soft reset. The big one is the power button, and a user will press the button and nothing will happen. Normally you have to press and hold in that power button as a fail-safe so you don't accidentally turn off the computer. Hold it in for 3 to 5 seconds until the system actually shuts off.